Yeah, I want to go over something that's not going to be probably interested by a wide audience, but it should be very useful to people who've been using these electrical devices. And one of the things that you can do, and I said this before, like with hep-c or something, or if you got infections in certain parts of the torso, you can put pads on each side of the body. You could attach them with you can hold them in place with like a weight belt or an ace bandage or something. Weight belt works great though, actually, because it's very adjustable. And you wet these pads. Now these are made, Mike made these down in Ecuador. He's got like clips on them and stuff, but you can just use plain old denim squares like this. And what you do is you take the alligator clips onto the denim squares or the pads, and they're wet, and the cloth pads are wet, and there's electricity that goes through them. So this goes through each side of the torso. You'll have a pad on each side of the torso. And there's different things you can do with this. Actually, this has been around a long time. In some cases, it's more new. In other cases, it's been rediscovered. They use it for treating cancerous tumors, or if you have like hep-c and the liver's infected, this actually kills pathogens like DC. Now, you can do this with a 6-volt battery. And the thing is, you want to switch the current positive to negative every 5 minutes, and that's the purpose of this video. Now, just to give you an indication, this is a device down in Ecuador by Dragonfly 75 Bioelectric, and this is a 36-volt device. Now, if I turn it on, right, the indicator light will not come on until it makes contact. But I'm going to show you, like, if I flip this switch. Hopefully I'm not getting confusing with this, because it's actually simple. The only thing I'm trying to show here is that you want a double pole, double throw switch that can reverse the electricity, positive, negative. I'm going to show it on a gauge. You turn the switch. You can see it says, well, it's a little more than 36 volts because I got a little stronger batteries in there. You know, they're like 9.5 volts or something. So it shows 38 volts. Now if I flip the switch in the middle, get it on here holding the camera, and it goes off, and put it the other way, you could see the polarity changed by the indicator. You see? So it went from one polarity, the polarity's reversed. If I flip it this way, polarity goes the other way. I flip it that way. You see the indication right there that it's the polarity reversed. That's important because you want to do this every 5 minutes when you're holding these pads in place for like a session of, like, say 30 minutes to say 90 minutes. You want every 5 minutes you want to switch to polarity. So somebody had a question about, hey, I'm actually taking a risk on this, but this has been experimental stuff, and some people have reported back seriously good results treating hep-c with this. So you have the pads over the area where the liver is, and you don't need to use this device. You can actually, this is better, but you can use the 6-volt battery too. Also, that's the other thing you can do. But the way to wire this up, it's very, very simple actually. You have, in other words, you have, say you're going to connect this wire, this is where the switch is, right, between these two. Well, when you flip the switch, it'll make a connection between these two wires, right? Now, if you flip the switch in the other position, the other on position, you want to have it reverse polarity. So you want it to go, so that's why you have this jumper that just makes a crossover. See, it goes from this side to that side on the opposite on side. Same thing with this one. You have this side goes to the opposite on side over here. So this is basically an on switch. In the middle is off, and it's on with positive, negative going, a certain. In other words, it changes the wires, like the positive and the negative. One wire was positive and the other one was negative, and it's delivering current when it's on position here. If you want to make the other wire, you want to make the negative wire positive and the positive wire negative, hit the off switch first, and then you push it this way up, and then it flips the current the other way. So this is actually a cheap switch, and you know, you could put it in a little box or something like that. I mean, I just had to leave it open so people can see what it is, or you just put heavy racer's tape around it or something like that so it doesn't short out. I mean, anything like that. It doesn't even have to be in a box, and that's it. So when you're using this, the reason that's just the way it's been done. You want to switch the polarity every 5 minutes. Now with the cancer tumor treatments, you actually will leave the positive side, the smaller pad near the tumor, and a larger pad on the opposite side of the body. But say you're trying to treat an infection or something in the liver, you want to actually switch the polarity every 5 minutes. And you can do this for, you know, 30 minutes to like 90 minutes or no problem. But switching the polarity every 5 minutes, an easy way to do that is use this double pole, double throw switch. So basically it's just hooked up like a regular switch, right? You got, you know, one side, this makes the connection here, right? And when you want it to, when you flip it to the opposite side, you basically cross the wires. So when you hit the other on switch, the polarities of the wires are reversed. Positive becomes negative and negative becomes positive. So this is not, and this actually should take this. I don't know if enough people actually experimented with this. It would probably be very common knowledge, but it's very important, simple knowledge. And if you're trying to, you know, work by putting electricity through the liver, through, you know, for hep-c or something like that, this would be the way to use it. You want to use this double pole, double throw switch. It's a freaking slick idea.